During the past year, crypto got annihilated in a crazy way, but there's a select few cryptocurrencies, and one of them is Optimism, that just doesn't stop going up and up. And look at this chart since Optimism got released. It looks like there was just any bear market at all for Optimism, which is absolutely crazy. And recently, it just keeps testing the all-time highs that it had at $3.2. It's absolutely insane. And guys, today we're gonna discuss one of the primary layer 2 solutions for Ethereum, which is Optimism. And yeah, guys, like very select few, as we've mentioned, have a really awesome chart like this from June. And just like I want to give you the perspective why that's absolutely insane. Even if the price will keep getting wrecked short term from here, you just gotta understand that it's unbelievable. And like for me, the way I see it, layer 2 solutions are like almost a guaranteed, non-financial advice, but it's an almost guaranteed big narrative for the next crypto bull run. So as you guys can see, this is the current chart of Optimism. Looks like there's no bear market at all, right? Now let's have a look on another prominent layer 2 coin, which is Matic, for example. Now it does have more history, and of course it had a little bit more of a bear market here, correct? But still, look, like from June, okay, this was like the June low for Matic, 34 cents. And then in November, right, like the next low was 80 cents, which is unbelievable because like most other cryptocurrencies had a much lower low. Like, you know, ADA, for example, had a lower low. This is May and June. This is November, December. Okay, this is ADA. This is AVAX. Okay, still a lower low. Solana, a lower low. VeChain, lower low. Just almost everything had a lower low except very few, like Matic, Ethereum, and Optimism is definitely among the few coins that didn't have a lower low at all. This is Optimism, okay? So the low was like 45 cents. In October and November, it was actually 80 something, 90 cents, and now we're at $3. But now, guys, all of that being said, today we're gonna analyze Optimism. It's technical analysis. We're gonna analyze tokenomics also, which is gonna be extremely important, and you definitely wanna stay for the tokenomics part of the video. And we're gonna discuss the market cap that Optimism has, and what are the really potential, what is really the potential of Optimism for the long term, and how non-financial advice can we navigate what's gonna happen with Optimism, because again, layer 2 solutions are gonna be big. And you know, Optimism is a big coin. It has a really good liquidity. You know, you can easily trade, you know, up to $1 million, you know, right now on the big exchanges like Binance, and you'll almost have no slippage, you know. So if you're a large investor, you can easily, or if you're like a smaller investor as well, you can just easily do anything you want, you know. Like it's not like so low liquidity coins are more difficult, because like if the liquidity you know, if like you will move the price by 2K order, with smaller coins it's much more difficult to navigate. But you know, because this is a big coin, as long as you're investing anything less than $1 million or even 2 millions here, you can easily kind of navigate yourself with Optimism. So all of that being said, and we can see that Optimism is still dumping a little bit with the rest of the market right now. Let's have a look. Look, right now, still Optimism looks absolutely fabulous in my opinion when it comes to TA, when it comes to technical analysis. Now, I still think, I would still reckon, and I still think, you know, like it does look like, you know, the bear market is not completely over. Now, we may have a, now, like the last low for 15K for Bitcoin definitely could be the absolute low, okay? But recently everybody got excited with the 25K, and yeah, the bull run is back, bull run is back. Guys, that was like, with all due respect, if you saw my videos, you know, I didn't have a lot of excitement about that, because like bear markets don't end like that, okay? Like in all bear markets, not only crypto, all bear markets, okay? Stock markets, real estate markets, crypto markets, okay? After you have such a long and crazy bear market, and let's even look at the total crypto, okay? Not just only Bitcoin. After you have such a long and big bear market that is a bear market for more than a year, you know, you don't like go to all-time highs so quickly once you recover, even if this is the low, okay? Like even if you just look at the past bear markets of crypto, okay? So that was one. You can see that this was a bear market. There were a few kind of fake outs in 2019, but it was still not a really significant move, okay? It wasn't even close to the all-time high the total crypto market had in the previous bull run, okay? And all of this was basically a sideways action, and then this was the significant bull run, okay? And if we even go further back to 2014-15, Okay, so we've had a big bear market here. This was sideways, guys, like for a year approximately, and as you can see, then you've had like a bull run that personally I'm a bit more hopeful that the next bull run is going to be a bit more similar to this, because it was a little bit easier to navigate than the last one. But you got the point, guys. Like once you have major bear markets like Optimism, well, Optimism didn't experience it so far, but you'll see likely it will. Like we've had bear markets before, normally it takes time to recover completely and like to really start a significant new uptrend. So the recent big move up was actually a little bit more reminiscent to this, which could have been a fake out. So we'll have to see what happens next. Generally speaking, the way I personally see it, I think still within 2023, it's still gonna be fantastic times to accumulate altcoins, non-financial advice. And the same is definitely with Optimism. But just with Optimism, we have to be a little bit smarter, because it's, you know, it's just doing fantastic, but you have to be careful with coins that are doing so well. So now that we have like the general crypto market aside, because we're still in a sideways market and now we're kind of starting to be a little bit more bearish, and you know, like basically Optimism had here like 2 rejections recently, okay, of this major level here at three and a little bit dollars. Look, generally we still have like this really nice uptrend trend line over here, but you know, like at the moment excuse me, at the moment it looks to me that there's a really high likelihood we're gonna at least test it right within the next few days. So very likely we're gonna get again to like the 2.5 region and even $2 approximately, which was the high of August. So at the very least, I think Optimism can easily correct to like this region of the $2 to 2.3. And generally, of course, let's have a look later, because it can correct even a lot more, just depending on when will be the kind of the next significant bottom of crypto. Either it's a total new low, or it's kind of you know what I mean, a double bottom or so. And also we'll have to have a look on the tokenomics, because it's gonna have a severe effect on Optimism's price. But before we do that, before we kind of jump even kind of closer to the tokenomics, I want to still mention the big good things, okay, like why Optimism is absolutely awesome, okay, like why is it really doing so tremendously better than most other cryptocurrencies? Because guys, fundamentally Optimism is among the really few coins that keep growing, okay. And one of the primary things, like one of the primary use cases for in the last bull run for Ethereum and other layer ones was basically DeFi, okay. NFTs was the other big one, gaming started to be another one, but like DeFi was the absolute main one. But on Ethereum, you know, it got very difficult at some point, because like you had to pay on Uniswap fees, you know, if you wanted to provide liquidity, or if you just wanted to trade and do things like that. Sometimes only like to execute one kind of action, like let's say you want to LP on Uniswap, you had to pay like $200-300 fees only on that, sometimes even more. And let's say like the value of what you're doing is like worth, let's say anything less than 5k, even 10k, I think it doesn't worth it much, right? Like let's say you wanna LP 10k and you have to pay 3% fee only on that. It's crazy. Like why should you even do that? So this is like the primary reason why in the 2021 bull run, like, you know, you had this explosion of BNB when people moved to BSC, then you've had the explosion of Matic, and then you've had more explosions of Solana, Avalanche, Phantom, all of the other layer ones, because they were cheaper. But still, right now it looks like there's a big move towards the layer 2. So Optimism, as I've mentioned, is one. And you can see, guys, like this is the 2021 bull run, and like the TVL back then was in the 100 millions, and right now it's like excuse me, almost a 10x. And check this out, why this is so significant, and why Optimism keeps outperforming Avalanche, Solana, and you know, all of these other Phantom and all of these other layer ones. So we're trending up on Optimism. Now check, for example, okay, BSC from 2021 until 2023, right? So that's Optimism, 100 million to 900 million. This is BSC, okay? In 2021 we were like at 20 billion, but for most of the year we were like at 12 billion TVL. Now we're at 4 billion, okay? Like BSC has like approximately 3x less TVL than 2021, okay? Ethereum, okay, Ethereum had between you know, 80 billion, sometimes even above 100 billion, okay? Now it has 28 billion. It's still by far the largest, for sure, but it's still like 3-4x less than what it had. Polygon, okay, that's the layer 2. There was, as we mentioned, you see, like this was the big mania in 2021 when everyone moved from Ethereum that was very expensive, and this is like really this is one of the main use cases for layer 2. You literally can see here with Polygon. 100 million, you see, like in 2021, before that even less, before that like less than a million, you know, in January 2021. 100 million, okay, and then we've reached like a peak of approximately 10 billion here, and right now Polygon is 1 billion, okay. Avalanche, as we've mentioned, also in 2021 like was 10-11 billion. Right now it's 900 million. But Optimism, it's like the opposite. That's 10x higher, and that's like one of the primary fundamental reasons why Optimism just getting higher and higher, okay, because the TVL, because the fundamental use case just keeps getting higher and higher. So more people need to buy Optimism in order to do whatever they want on the Optimism layer 2 chain. So this is the fundamental, guys. Now, guys, let's start to get into the market cap and the tokenomics, okay? So we did speak that definitely Optimism was absolutely very surprising and impressive so far. But guys, main thing we have to consider with Optimism, again, non-financial advice as always, but this is what I'm doing, okay? Like, I'm watching very closely this coin. I'll try to kind of catch the best kind of times where we can get it, but we have to be very careful generally, okay, with cryptocurrencies, especially big ones like this, that like their market cap is literally like 5% of their fully diluted market cap. That's very important and very significant, okay? There's still so much more unlocked coins of Optimism, okay? So, and again, like it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad, okay? Because like we've had the same case with Solana or Terra Luna in the last bull run, for example, okay? But they still did something like 500x in the bull run. So just the fact that like something has a lot more coins to unlock, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad. Especially not in a bull run, but it still could definitely curb the potential success, right? And also in a bear market or in a sideways market like I think we are in right now, it still could be really, like, you know, it could dump a lot, okay? So the fully diluted is 12 billion. Now, super important to remember, okay? Like once we look at in CoinGecko on Optimism, we see it's ranked number 79, okay? Polygon is ranked number 9 right now, okay? Like in the top, it's crazy, like it's in top 10 right now. But look, the fully diluted for Polygon is approximately the same as Optimism, okay? Like think about it for a second. Matic is ranked number 9, fully diluted 12 billion. Optimism ranked 79, fully diluted 12 billion. Okay, what it means, guys, like obviously we don't know which one is going to be the more successful one long term, you know, like in 5-10 years, whether it's going to be Matic or whether it's going to be Optimism, okay? But it's just really major and really important to remember that, okay, that at the moment at these prices, okay, like Optimism at almost $3 and Polygon at $1.25, okay, at fully diluted they are pretty similar, okay? So just it's extremely important, guys. Please remember that, like when you see Matic number 9, Optimism number 79, please at the moment, right, do not think that it means Optimism is tremendously more undervalued than Matic, because like the market cap of the supply that is already available is only 600 million here, and on Polygon it's 11 billion, right? But like we have to look long term, especially if whoever's watching it, if you're not like a more like trader of like, you know, making trades every half year or every day or every year or two or so on, especially if you want to invest like for the long term, it's extremely important to have a look on that, okay? So bear that in mind. Right now let's have a move into the tokenomics section. If you guys saw, I actually used this website also for Immutable X, another, in my opinion, fantastic layer 2 solution in my last video. This is an awesome website, guys. I'm gonna share it, of course, in the description. I think it's it's one of the best websites that I've seen in the last few months when it comes to tokenomics. So definitely have a look on other coins as well. And you know, like from what I see, it's free. Like maybe there are some premium solutions that I didn't even check yet, but generally I like this website, and you'll see how much it can help us. So over here we're gonna and I'm not sponsored by this website or something like that, right? I just I really like it, and I think it's really good to use it. So let's have a look on Optimism now, okay? And actually the price here is not updated, but that's okay. So, you know, we've seen the market cap, the circulating supply, the max supply, okay, as we mentioned, fully diluted is tremendously higher. And okay, and this is basically the if we do like daily unlocks, okay, they are basically emitting approximately $7.5 million worth of Optimism every day, okay. And this is how much, like the airdrops, the retroactive public goods funding, and the ecosystem funds being emitted every day. And here you can see, like basically in May 2023, we're gonna have all of this token unlock, okay, 3.6% of the supply, okay, that's 150 million tokens. It's insane. Like right now, if we have 600 million, 150 million is gonna be very close, like to the whole circulating supply that we already have, okay. And it's pretty crazy that really the price is dumping like a little bit as we make this video at the moment. So anyway, guys, the primary thing that I wanted to show you, okay, look here. So this is the very beginning of Optimism, right? So this was June 2022. Have a look here how like a big portion of the tokens were emitted in the very beginning, right? And this is when Optimism had a major dump, also here in July 2022, okay, when these tokens were unlocked, okay, like it was launched like at $2, and then it collapsed like to 50 cents, from $2 to 50 cents, like 75% collapse in the very beginning of Optimism, okay. That was in the very beginning kind of the main supply that was emitted, and we can see that, you know, like there's still so much supply as we've mentioned, excuse me, that will have to get released. But guys, the main thing that I want to show you here is this, like next thing over here, okay? Because as you can see, the green color, okay, this color, okay, that type of green is investors, okay, and investors are exceptionally more likely to dump than you know, ecosystem funds and things like that, which is normally the theme, okay. So over here you see this big spike. It's gonna happen in June 2023, okay. There's gonna be a major spike here, bam, in another additional supply, and it looks like by this times the supply is actually finally gonna be at the billion, okay. It's gonna be 1.6 billion tokens available in the market, whilst before that it's gonna be 1.3 billion, okay. So it's gonna be like 300 million new coins just like that, super quickly, with many people who invested probably at much lower valuations that are very keen to sell as soon as possible. So that's a big one to watch, okay. Looks like it's at the very beginning of June 2023 approximately, okay. So this is definitely something that we'll have to watch for, okay, over here in this region of June 2023. And like also let's combine it, guys, with actually also Bitcoin and also the rest of crypto, okay. So if we are correct that we are in a bear market kind of to a sideways market, that either we're gonna have like maybe a slightly lower low, or you know, at the worst case scenario, like, you know, if stock market will keep getting wrecked in a big way, maybe even a relatively tremendously lower low, or let's say we're gonna have approximately a double bottom, which is in my opinion, it's a much more kind of reasonable. I would even say that's like my base case, that we're gonna have something like a double bottom for the total crypto market cap. Again, maybe it's gonna be front run, maybe it's gonna be slightly higher, not an absolute right the same bottom, but you know, this is approximately what I think is decently likely. So the main thing to consider, guys, as always, as I mentioned, none of this is financial advice. I just do these videos for free and sharing what I'm planning to do and how I view the market. If we have, you know what I mean, if Bitcoin and crypto keeps collapsing here and keeps kind of testing here all of this support region, let's go back to Bitcoin because it's a little bit easier to sort of navigate, okay. So like if we start getting back to the 19k level, to the 18k level, which were the all-time highs of the end of 2017, and also like, you know, big moving averages here, that once we broke it, bam, like we've had a major altcoin mania. If we start either testing these regions of 20k or below, or even falling below these levels, okay, and especially if the timing of that will happen in approximately June 2023, or maybe slightly later, July 2023, August 2023, or May 2023, okay, it's gonna be exceptional. Like, let's put it like this again, and none of this is financial advice, as I said, right? If I'm gonna start to see like a double bottom sort of formation for Bitcoin and also the total crypto market cap in approximately these times of May, June, July 2023, again, it's possible it's gonna drop even further, okay? It's nearly impossible to catch the bottom, okay? But just if we start having something like that, guys, in my personal opinion, the way, non-financial advice, in my personal opinion, optimism is gonna collapse in a crazy way over here, okay? I don't know if it's gonna make a lower low, because it depends also kind of, you know what I mean? Like, if this theory is right, you know, let's say the bottom for optimism and also the total crypto is gonna be around June 2023, excuse me, then if we're right, you know, it just strongly depends what is the price of optimism, you know, like by April or May, okay? So right now it's correcting, but you know what I mean? Like, if the price is gonna be $2 before this big capitulation, for me it's gonna be hard to imagine we're really gonna get to 50 cents or 40 cents again. But like, let's say if the price is gonna get like to $1 before, then it can definitely make also sort of a double bottom here for optimism, or maybe even less, okay? So like, no idea, like, when it comes to price predictions, please guys know, like, it's impossible to really predict particular prices, especially to the downside, but also to the upside. So again, it just strongly depends what will happen, as we've said, by approximately April or May. But like, it's possible it's gonna be 40 cents. And in general, like, what I'm trying to say here, like, the most important is that to me it looks like optimism may have like its most major opportunity around these time frames, okay? June 2023 approximately, but again, like, maybe 1 month before, 1 month after, maybe even August as well. In my opinion, like, it could be really major, and especially if there's gonna be capitulation. I'm personally I'm gonna share what I'm gonna do, again, non-financial advice. I'm not really gonna go like all in, like in, you know, let's say 40 cents or 50 cents, because, you know, like, one, it may not reach this price, second, maybe it reaches this price, but maybe it actually collapses further to 20 cents, okay? So like, if my scenario is correct, what I would personally do, I will just have like pretty small allocations, maybe just every single day, you know what I mean? Like, if the scenario I start to see it play out, like, let's say if Bitcoin is like 18k approximately around these times, and optimism, I see it correcting also in a big way after the supply was already released, meaning in June 2023, like not May yet. If I start to see that, then I start like to, you know, to put a little bit, and then let's just say we're gonna have something similar to this. Okay, so it means like I'm gonna buy 100, you know, like at $1, and then you know, $100, let's say 90 something cents, $100 at 70 cents, and so on. And then I'm gonna be able to catch also these regions like 50, 40 cents, and then also of course this, right, the recovery back, 80 cents, dollar, and so on. So basically this is like sort of like, it's impossible to catch the bottom. So the closest we can do to this is something like that. And again, always remember that like, this is the markets, and crypto is, I think it's gonna be fantastic and huge success in the long run, but it's still a very like experiment, like, you know, optimism, layer 2s and things like that. They are still experimental, okay? They're not as established as Bitcoin. So it is possible it's gonna go to zero, okay? Or, you know what I mean? But like, it's also very possible and very decent that like, if this scenario that we've discussed is gonna play out, this could be like really kind of the last station, or it can definitely, like, long term for optimism, it may be like a price that never comes back in the future, you know what I mean? Like, let's say we're getting like to 2025, 2026, it doesn't even show me that far, but you know what I mean? Like, let's say we're like in 2030 now, you know, like, if optimism is gonna be a major layer 2 success in the future, You know what I mean? Like people would look at these prices, maybe like Ethereum also, maybe not 50 cents Ethereum, but you know, like Ethereum that is worth like $50, $20, $10. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna look at it like, okay, like these prices are never gonna come back. Everybody who invested there is definitely super happy. So yeah, guys, this is like this is the main story today about Optimism Crypto. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope it helped you. As I mentioned, none of this is financial advice. As always, I'm here every single Sunday to provide free value for you guys. So if you haven't subscribed already, it's a fantastic opportunity to do so. I'm here every single Sunday, as I've mentioned. Please like the video. It's gonna help the algorithm and things like that on YouTube. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic week ahead. As always, cheers.